Yo, what's good? Your boy Savage, aka Sevlok. You tuning in to Sevlok's Hood Tales. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Let's get to the politic. Big shout out to everybody showing the channel love. I appreciate the love and support, man. Mall high salute. So check this out, bruh. Analyze what I'm saying, homie. You play with fire in life enough, you will eventually get burned. Your actions will have a domino effect. I catch it with a lot of people this generation, because this generation is built with no morals and no values. There's no respect aspect in life for the new generation of the hood culture. It's gone out the window. And I was talking to the homie today, man, about the generations and how the generations and the code has changed for people. You know what I'm saying? And I've witnessed in the last year how many people are dying behind their actions. How many people actually are dying behind things that they do, things that they put out there. The energy that they put out there is getting them killed. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: God doesn't like ugly, bruh. And when you out here really putting evil into the world, you definitely gonna feel the consequences of a higher power. Even if you don't believe in it, it's gonna catch up to you. And if you want to say karma, then we'll say karma. Karma will catch up to you, and you will feel the domino effect of that energy. Even if it's your life, it can be life. It can be life. Your life can get took off of actions you commit. Your past can catch up to you. And I've seen a lot, man. You have individuals out here, right? They'll put all this negativity into the world to prove points to themselves, prove points to the viewers, and they'll paint this picture. And when something really happens serious and something happens bad, like their life getting taken because they were out here doing the most, you got people that were around them when they were doing this, but never gave them no words of wisdom like, hey bro, you need to slow down. Some people honestly get off being around that. It's a high for people, and they like that because misery loves company. But when it happens to an individual that's putting itself out there, now the family, people that were around him, is giving them all these posts on social media. He was such a good dude. He was such a beautiful person. Like, he tried. And you could have been the inspiration in his ear and telling him, chill out, man. You going too fast. There's only bad outcomes to what your actions are. You know? And then cry when it got too serious and there's no way to come back from that. Either death or going to the penitentiary for the rest of their life over some nonsense. Because individuals out here nowadays, they don't have morals and values, and they don't respect life. That's what that is. You know what I'm saying? I had a homie, and he's the little homie, right? And before this all happened, bro, I used to try to get the homie advice because he got out the penitentiary and he was stuck in a rut. And I always used to tell this fool, one day, bro, you're going to find yourself in a place where you don't want to be behind your actions because you can't seem to just chill out. You have to have your hands in everything that's dirty. And that dirt is going to catch up to you, bruh. And you're going to find yourself in a place where you wish you would have just sat down and just kind of just went a different direction. And I remember the last time I had ran into the homie out here, I was mad at this fool, bruh. And because he was around a wrong crowd. He was around individuals that didn't have no well-being for him, didn't have no love for him, no respect. They loved to be around him for what he could do for them, but they really didn't have no love and respect for this dude because they never gave him no words of wisdom and advice. They never took him out of that situation. All they liked was what he could do for him. And I remember the last time I was with this fool, I had went over there and I was going in on this fool about his actions and what he was doing. And long story short, that day, bro, he put me in a situation, and I almost caught a case behind what he was putting out there to other people, and I had to really get busy and defend us and defend, and keep us good. And somebody got hurt behind the situation. It got to a point where I had to leave city and state for a minute to let stuff settle down and let the heat come down a little bit. Because I should have, first and foremost, I shouldn't even have been around homie. I should have just loved him from a distance. But I care about my homies and people that, are around us. And I went over there to mess with him, and in 5.2 seconds, the situation got bad, and somebody got hurt, and I was like kind of paranoid because I don't have rope around my neck to hang myself, and if I get another case, I'm going for a life sentence. So I bounced out of city and state, and I guess he did too, and he went to another city and state, and automatically he did what he always does, jump into where he shouldn't have jumped into, and this fool caught murder cases and kidnappings and all kinds of stuff out there, messing with people out there, and he caught life sentences in Kansas City, Missouri, out of balance, when he shouldn't even put his nose into them situations. And I talked to him recently, bro, and he always has love for me because I always try to install in him, bro. His potential was better than what he was putting out there, and he told me, he said, man, I wish I actually listened to what you had to tell me. I want to be in this situation, and he dreads it every day of his life. He didn't ever think that was going to go. He didn't ever think that was going to actually take place, where he got a life sentence in a different city and state, and he's never coming home. And it sucks because he's out of balance. He's not in his own backyard. He don't have support out there, and if he would have just took heed of what I had to tell him, he wouldn't be in that predicament, man. And I got love for the homie, but it's sad, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, bro. To people that follow, if you ain't part of that lifestyle, man, do what's best for you and your family, man. And stay away from all the shenanigans out here. Life's too short. When you die, and if you die off a simple mistake, you ain't never coming back from that, man. I was talking also to the homie today, and he brought up, we were talking about different individuals in the YouTube world, and the big subject for a couple of weeks, a week and a half, was the Quando Rondo situation, him putting down his rag when he said he was a banger. Now, I didn't know too much about Quando Rondo. I knew he always portrayed to be a gangbanger from Rome 60s. And first and foremost, bro, when they asked me, I really did. Even after I heard he put down his rag, I didn't actually feel any type of way, because from the get-go, bro, Quando Rondo, his shoelaces from the get-go was never laced right from fools that were certified. His cripping was never official. So really, it didn't have any bearing on the aspect of what real politicking when it comes to the organization, when it comes to the keyways, because he was never official. And that being said, he was out of balance with his gangbanging. Fools didn't go over there and root that to him, bro. He wasn't brought up off the essence of what it is. That's why I say, outside of the boundaries of the West Coast politicking, it's kind of a different way fools move. They're not really certified. They're not really laced up in the politicking that comes from the West. They're on some different time over there, bruh. So when it boils down to it, it shouldn't have been surprising for nobody, and nobody from the West Coast should have felt any type of way, because of the simple fact is, bro, he didn't have no bearing on the real politics. He didn't have no bearing on what real cripping is. You know what I'm saying? He was doing some fabrication aspect, and that's what they should have been mad about. And to people that are out of balance, that really don't push that line in the correct manner, remember that, bruh. Because this is the thing. You sign up and you think it's fun and games. You pick up these politics and you say you down with organizations that you really don't have any ties to. And down the road, bro, you feel like you can just desert that, even if you were not officially put on. Real fools are going to feel some type of way because you made a mockery of the organization. You banged a false pretense, and people are going to feel some type of way. Now then fools are going to be on that fool's helmet, and he's going to be targeted anywhere he goes when he comes across official fools because of the mockery of the culture. And he never really analyzed that situation. And I don't know what the circumstances was. I heard a couple different stories, maybe, the pressure of indictments, but that comes with the territory if that's the case. But what I really think it is when he was out there really pushing that false pretense and fools started seeing it, they're telling that fool, now you have to tap into the essence and where it's rooted from, and you don't have to tap in with the hood or you getting DP'd, homie. And he didn't like that aspect when them fools started really pushing the pressure on homie's head. Because that's the thing about it is, homie, when you from real politicking, bro, everything in your life, the activities is built around the neighborhood. So you want to be around your roots. You want to be around the soil. So the word tapping in is just an everyday activity with fools that really push the politics. You tapping in with your hood. You tapping in with Hood Day because you want to be involved with your neighborhood. It's a generational thing to a lot of individuals. And when you get out of that line of real politicking to fools that pushing in a false pretense, them fools are not rooted on their morals and values when it comes to politics. And them fools, it was never generational with a lot of them fools. They picked that up one day and thought it was funny. They thought it was a good aspect to pick up. And it was never a thing where it was a generational thing in their life. Generational curses, really. It was put upon your head. My generations, it runs deep in my family. Every generation of my family's from my neighborhood, bruh. It was inevitable. Everybody from older uncles to dads to grandpas, they were all from the neighborhood. So it was inevitable that we were gonna bang. Because when we were young, bro, we seen it at an early age. That was already put upon us with our males. These other dudes, sometimes they didn't even come from bad backgrounds, and they chose that. They chose to jump in them politics. And then when it gets real, you get that. You get the Quando Rondos, bro. Now they say they don't want to be a part of the organization when they were never really a part of the organization from the get-go. So that's just kind of, the aspect I wanted to put out there, bro. Think about what you do. Think about what you do, because your actions will come back to bite you. And that's just a reality, man. I'm learning that on a daily basis with me. I'm 37 years old, and I'm barely figuring out how to conduct myself in normal society. I was programmed, and that's another thing. You really start putting it out there, that energy, it starts becoming an everyday activity, a program, and it's hard to break from them programs. I'm a grown-up, and sometimes I act like a YG, a young gangster. I want to get active over the simplest things because my world is not the same world as other individuals. What I stand on and what I've stood on my whole life. The code and the morals and values that were installed in me is not the same as a normal civilian. And I'm trying to get to that aspect where I can think and conduct myself kind of like a normal civilian, not take everything so personal, not be so structured in my mindset, bro, because sometimes that's not good, breaking away from that, bro. And it's been the hardest thing. You ask my wife, bro, she's been the biggest support to me since I got out the penitentiary, bro. She's helped me, my mom, and the support system. But even with her, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been hard for her because she had to deal with it, But I hope you enjoyed the story, man. Big shout out to all the real riders out there, bro. Hope everybody's blessed. You know what it is. Let's go.